Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and welcome to our football construction site as we build a team through the NFL draft. You always hear others say that this particular draft is weak, or wait until next year to take this particular position, or the NFL draft is an inexact science, but we at Football Game Plan believe that all three of those statements are huge myths, and we're here to show you why as we go through 7 rounds of the NFL draft and pick players to make each NFL team better. But before we get started, let's take a look at the mock draft rules. You have to remember that the selections that you see in this mock draft will be based off of Football Game Plan Scouting player rankings, which you can find on our website at youtube.com/footballgameplan or footballgameplan.com/FBGP scouting. They're also based off what I would do as the general manager, not what I think they'll do, not what they have done or what they will do, but what I would do if I were the GM, and also what I believe are the team needs. So not what other people may think the team needs are. If I think they need a quarterback, then I'm gonna take a quarterback. That's how it's going to go for this mock draft. So it's time to put on my GM hat and let's get started in building up the NFL. I wanted to infuse talent at the cornerback position for the Carolina Panthers, and adding the best corner in the draft, in my opinion, in Jalen Tabor, accomplishes that. Don't let the 40 time at the combine distract you from the outstanding tape he put together at Florida. He's a technically sound corner with ball skills. The Panthers have to get a bit more dynamic on a perimeter with threats, and adding John Ross out of Washington here is a huge step in the right direction. He's an outstanding receiver with the speed to take the top off of a defense and the playmaking ability to capitalize on those target opportunities. And I'm also doubling down on the receiver position in the second round. Ross is the deep threat, and D.D. Westbrook out of Oklahoma is the versatile option that can play any one of the 4 receiver spots and do well underneath. Westbrook was consistent throughout his career at Oklahoma and would fit perfectly in the slot with Carolina. In round 3, I added a game breaker in the backfield with Joe Williams out of Utah. The 5'11", 205-pound Williams has the home run hitting speed that the Panthers lack in the backfield, and he would serve as a great complementary back to Jonathan Stewart. The talented Greg Olsen can't play forever, so I want to add his understudy in Gerald Everett of South Alabama. Everett has the receiving skills to be a legit threat in the passing game and is a criminally underrated inline blocker. Going back to the secondary in the 5th round with a player I really like in Tony Bridges out of Ole Miss. He's a very physical corner that has above average athleticism. He was a star at the East-West Shrine game this past January and will continue to infuse talent into the Panthers secondary. Trayvon Hester battled through some injuries this season for the Toledo Rockets, but when he's healthy, he flashes terrific ability. His game actually mirrors that of a current Panther in Kawan Short. And finally, in the 7th round, I want to help the Panthers get better behind Cam Newton with KD Humphries out of Murray State. Humphries was a star at the Manning Passing Academy this past summer and has been one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the FCS over the last 3 seasons. His short to intermediate accuracy is where it needs to be, and he would thrive in Mike Shula's offense. So that's a wrap for this edition of Building Through the Draft. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. And if you want to watch our other NFL team 7-round mock drafts, and you already should, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan, where you can catch all of our FBGP scouting prospect ranking videos. Also, subscribe to Football Game Plan podcast on iTunes.